Lesson 2-8, Graphing and Writing Inequalities. What is an inequality? An inequality is a math sentence that contains one of the following inequality signs. Here they are right here. Some of these I know that you've seen before. The sign means greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and this is not equal to. So what does that mean exactly? If you had that a number is less than or equal to 2, that means that it includes all numbers 2 and smaller. So 2 is included in the set, 1, 1.2, negative 87, all of those numbers are included in the set. A solution set is infinite in an inequality. Okay? What if I just had x is less than 2? That means that it does not include 2. It just includes all numbers that are smaller than 2. So 1.999, 1, negative 12, negative 1,000,000. All of those numbers are smaller than 2, and they would all be part of the solution set. X is not equal to 2 simply means all numbers that are not 2. So it would include 100. It would include negative 3. It would include 2.1. It would include 1.99. All numbers that aren't 2. Now, during this lesson that you're watching, if you have any questions, be sure and take note of them. Go ahead and write them down on your little packet. We are going to view some of this together in class. So you might notice that we're going to stop before the slides end today. That's because we're going to look at some of it together. How to physically draw it on the graph. I think that will be easier to do together in class, so we're going to look at that. Right now, let's look at a solution to an inequality. A solution to an inequality is any answer that makes it true. So let's look at an example. If we had m is greater than or equal to negative 4. We have a list here of answers. Would negative 8 make that true? Is negative 8, when we put it in place of m, would that make that a true statement? Is negative 8 greater than or equal to negative 4? Let's remember what we learned in chapter 1. If a number is farther left, it's smaller on the number line. If it's on the right side, then it is larger. If you looked at where negative 8 was and negative 4 was, negative 8 is on the left, so it's smaller. So this would not be a solution. How about negative 4? Negative 4 is greater than or equal to negative 4. Well, negative 4 is equal to negative 4. And since it can be greater than or it can be equal to, negative 4 would be a solution. How about negative 3.5? Yes, a solution. Very good. Negative 3.5 would be farther on the right, so that would mean it would be bigger. How about negative 3/4? Yes, it would be a solution. How about 0? Is 0 greater than or equal to negative 4? Yes, it is. It's greater than. How about 2? Yes, 2 is greater than negative 4. So it is greater than or it's equal to. It's greater than, so it's one or the other. Very good. A graph, and this is the part we're going to show tomorrow in class. A graph can show you all the possible solutions for an inequality. So sometimes they'll give you a number line, sometimes you will need to draw a number line. But these are the parts that you will need to understand as far as drawing a graph. Sometimes we will use a closed or filled in dot on the number line. It will go with a number, and we will close it or fill it in if we have the equal to part of your inequality. Because what that means is the number that you have the closed or filled in dot on is part of the solution set. If it isn't, if we just have a greater than sign or a less than sign or a not equal to sign, we will be using an open dot and not filling it in, because it will show that that number is not part of the inequality. And then the final part of graphing will be to shade in either to the left if the numbers are smaller, or to the right if the numbers are larger. Okay, so just to show you, here is something we'll do tomorrow in class where we talk about how to put the numbers on the number line, how to decide whether we should use an open or a closed circle and what would that look like, and then which direction we would shade the arrow and the line. Okay, so we will finish this up in class tomorrow. If you have any questions about what we've talked about, make note of it on your slide packet and we will talk about it tomorrow.